If I could love you more, my love, I'd cross 1,000 seas to be more than I am without you. Yes, that's my ode to thee. Yes, dear love, my soul conveys that I can love you more until my dying breath I take and my soul no longer soars. In that final moment, when I can gaze across the room and see why love has lasted still o'er the years in gloom, I'll smile and close my eyes in peace because we loved so pure. A love that shared only once, the kind that endures hardship, trials, tribulation, jealousy, envy, and degradation, success, failures, highs and lows, fair play and yes, low blows, secrecy and truth, darkness and light. Yes, that's the love for which we fight, and many more win than lose in the end. For loving you more, my friend, was more, is more, gave more, and for that our life and our love is forever, is more.
Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Michelle, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Tabernacle Talks. And you know, we would not be authentic unless we had a real bride. And you can't talk about weddings unless you have a bride. And so I want to welcome to the show Daria Foster. Hey, Daria.
Hi.
How are you?
Great. How are you doing today?
Well, you know what? I'm doing great. And I'm just excited that you chose to spend some time with us today to talk about weddings, because you are in the middle of planning a wedding. So I appreciate that. What's been the most challenging aspect of planning your wedding this year?
Okay, so the most challenging aspect in planning my wedding this year was the pandemic. Not knowing like will we be still in lockdown? Because when I got engaged, we was in the pandemic. We was in the lockdown. So I was like, okay, do I plan it for 2021 or do I push it back to 2022? And I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to wait no longer than what I already have to. So we're just going to go through and plan it for 2021. And thank God that the pandemic has got a lot better and vaccinations and all those things have came through. And now we're really planning. So that was like it was the gray area, not knowing like how it was going to be a year later.
So, weddings are difficult to plan anyway. So the fact that you are planning a wedding in the middle of a pandemic, because there's like a whole list of things when you plan a wedding that are difficult. Besides the pandemic, what has been another difficult, probably the hardest decision you've had to make in all your planning?
Colors. Choosing colors. That it sounds like that shouldn't be hard. I like that. No, I like that. And then I'm going back and forth with my sister and I'm telling her like sending her different colors. And I kept changing them like every hour. So I'm like, okay, it was very hard because once I see this color combination and then I seen this one and I was like, man, yeah, that was really hard. That right there was hard. And then also the venue. So I my day was originally like in July, like July 30th, but and I had like got like little gifts for my bridesmaids that had that wedding day on it. And so I knew that that was going to be my day. And then they called me back and said, because a lot of people had pushed their weddings back, so they was booked up. And so they's like, well, we have August 14th, so it's not your day, but we're going to push it back a little bit. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But yeah, that was it.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? That probably worked out good for you because I don't know about you, but here it's been Cicadaville. So I would say anybody that's having any outside weddings in July about now or into June, you can just hear cicadas everywhere. So maybe that was not such a bad idea.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it all worked out perfectly. August is a good month. It's still the summertime. That was my whole purpose of wanting a summer wedding. So yeah.
Well, let's talk about the proposal because I think that's always like the most exciting part. Do you mind sharing with us your proposal?
Yes, I could definitely share it with you. It was amazing. It was so beautiful. Well, he blindfolded me, picked me up from my house. It's my birthday. It was my birthday. Can't forget that. So he picked me up from my house, blindfolded me. I knew I had a birthday dinner like I always do, like with my family and stuff. Like everyone came to Columbus. And so he blindfolded me. And then I'm really good with directions. I didn't know where the restaurant was or anything like that. So I'm really good with directions. So I'm like, okay, if he picks me up and we go this way, okay, he's making this turn. So I'm like trying to figure out in my head, like, where are you taking me? And so I know like he like did like a U-turn and then like got me all over the place. Like, okay, now I really don't know where we going. And so he took like the back roads and stuff. So it kind of really threw me off. And so I was blindfolded all the way till I got inside the restaurant. So we walked from the parking garage all the way to the restaurant, and I had on heels, so this is a long walk. So this is a very long walk. I'm like, are we almost there yet? And he's like, no, not yet. And I'm scared, like I don't want to fall down the stairs. So I was doing like the most at that point. But ended up going into the restaurant. It's one of my favorite restaurants. It was Ocean Club Cameron Mitchell. It's at Easton here in Columbus. And he unfolded, did the blindfold. And then I looked up and it was like my family, my mom, my sister, my brother, my friends, everybody and their dates. And then like I'm like, hi everybody, and then I turn around and then he's on his knee like, hey Daria, will you marry me? And then I was like, yes. And then I was like so much in shock that I didn't say yes right away. I was like so much in shock. My hand was shaking and all of this. And then I'm like, oh yes, put it on me. So yeah.
That is amazing. So you're walking through this parking lot and this it's Easton, because I've been to the Easton shopping area, and you're walking through there with a blindfold on.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Blindfolded. I had no sense of direction of where I was. But yeah, feet hurting on 10. Feet are done because we're like really walking. And yeah, that was it. It was beautiful. Like he had the balloon set up that said, will you marry me? And it was my birthday too. So, I still had gifts for my birthday. And he had like the chocolate covered strawberries that said, she said yes. And yeah.
Okay, he gets points for that. That's amazing. And you were completely surprised.
The private room. Yeah, I got the private room. So yeah.
So he actually surprised you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So what's been the most eye-opening issue for you? I know you talked about the venue was tough, the colors were tough. I mean, because now you have all these weddings that have been backed up. I mean, there are people that wanted to get married last year, so I'm sure it was difficult to get dates. What have you found just the most difficult thing, I think, to be able to do now that you're on track?
That's kind of a hard question. The most difficult thing is I'm gonna say just making just these decisions. Like I'm asking, like, what you think it is? What you think it is? And they're like, Daria, it's on you. What do you want? And I'm like, just the reassurance, like it's all on me. Like it's my decision, my final say. So I think that kind of was something I had to get used to. I'm like, oh, this is my wedding. Okay, so that's really what it was like. Um, Other than that, like I really didn't have a lot of difficult things during planning my wedding because it was so smooth. Like I didn't do anything last minute. Like I got my dress last year. My girls had their dress by September. I picked out my dress by October. We had the venue by what, September. So like all that stuff, like it's been going pretty smooth, so I really didn't have anything to stress over. I say picking out a dress because they're all so beautiful. And I
Yes.
think because I went with my friend and my sister and my mom, and my friend was like, hey, because she's married, she was like, hey, when you find your dress, you're gonna know it's your dress because you're gonna cry. And I'm like, I ain't about to cry over no dress, it's a dress. But I really had that feeling like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. And I didn't cry, but eyes got a little water.
You knew
But
it was your dress.
I knew it was my dress. So that moment is so real.
So, did you have any event planners that you're using at all, or you are the event planner?
Okay, so no event planners outside of my family. So my mom, she
Yeah.
really, my mom is she really took over. We made a deal because she's my mom. So she's doing like the wedding, like the decorations and stuff at the wedding, and then the reception. I'm like, okay, this is me. I'm really putting my spin on things. And then so like my family has been so supportive during this whole process. Like my auntie, she helped like with the centerpieces, and my sister's helping like with our main table. So it's like everyone really has been helping out. So like I said, it's really not stressful because it's like I have a whole team. And my team is my family, and they came through.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are amazing. You just look like you're just glowing. You just have that glow. I'm just so excited for you. Okay, so your big day, you said 2 months, August. So you have everything finalized.
Everything. I mean, the last thing I have to do is just sign my contract on my cake decorations, but that's it. How I wanted my cake, that's it. Other than that, like I'm just ready for the day now, like ready for the big day. I did my last dress fitting Saturday. Yesterday, I did my last dress fitting Saturday, and she's gonna like do like the final things on the dress, and we pick it up that Thursday before my wedding, and that's it. Like it's here. Like I have everything. My everything is I have it. Yeah.
Well, what advice would you give to a bride? Now, I'm impressed that your final fitting is 2 months before your wedding day. So that
Really?
tells me you've got a really good exercise plan or something in place, because you can't
Listen,
let the stress or nerves get to you to eat your way out of that dress.
listen, I'm pretty good on, I go to the gym 3 times a week. So I'm really good on that. So, and then, so that part I really wasn't worried about it. I just want to make sure that it fits me because it was too big. So, I'm small, and she had to like cut a lot and just get it to fit me because I got the smallest size they had, but it still was too big. So she
Okay.
had to really do her magic on the dress.
Well, I'm going to give you the last word. I'm sure we've got some brides that are watching, and some may be in the final planning stages like you are, or some may just be getting started. What advice would you give them?
Don't stress. Like, don't stress. Everything is going to work out. Um, don't stress. Like, at the end of the day, it's about you and your fiance, your husband. It's about you two. So don't stress over it. What will happen will happen. Like, everything else is going to fall into place. Long as you two are there for the right reasons, not for the party, but for the right reasons, it's going to work out. It's going to be beautiful. That's all I could say.
Well, Daria, thank you so much for sharing your journey with me. And, I wish you every success in the world. I already know this wedding is going to be beautiful. And hopefully you'll give us a picture we can post for our audience after this is all said and done so they can see just how gorgeous you absolutely were.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Thanks, Daria.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Daria gave us some really great suggestions about her experience. And we all know that once you get that proposal, the stationery and invitations becomes one of your major projects. Here are some examples of wedding invitations you can use. Now, according to a Seattle-based wedding planner, Julia Pavlovsky, it saves money and trees to send digital invitations, and it makes tracking the responses easier too. Websites that offer digital invitations are Greenvelop, Evite, Paperless Post, and Riley and Gray. Check them out. The bridal shower is where your real true creativity comes out when we look at just handmade beautiful mason jars to other beautiful items to celebrate the bride, her family, and friends. This is the opportunity for the food to be fun, classy, and that time to create lifelong memories as a rite of passage for the bride-to-be. One fun game for the shower is to take white toilet paper and have shower attendees form teams to create a wedding dress to be modeled and voted on. Another idea is to download templates available from Etsy.com and ask shower attendees to complete a hole punched form that is placed in a decorative binder for the bride to read in her private moments. This keepsake is a great way for friends to share well wishes with the bride-to-be. The venue is where it all happens. This is the place where your event takes place, and this is one of the most important decisions the happy couple will make. So just sit back and enjoy the various options that suit all tastes and all budgets. We have from grand style to country chic, and there's a venue for everyone, and you're not confined to any location to have the wedding of your dreams. There are spots in your backyard that you can use as a path for a garden wedding. I don't know about you, but I am loving this. Absolutely gorgeous. Just gorgeous. This is an aha moment. Breathtaking. And we certainly can't forget about that center aisle. While live flowers has always been a preference of mine, there's artistry that uses other materials to make stunning floral arrangements. Here we feature the designs of First Florists, masters of floral design in the region. Check out their amazing work. Besides the bride's dress, what else do people remember? Food, my friends, the food. If you want a fantabulous event, you have to pay attention to the quality, taste, and presentation of your food. A poorly planned meal will be remembered for years. Don't let that be you. Hire a caterer if it's within your budget. It's not cool for the bride to smell like fried chicken because she was in the kitchen trying to fix the meal herself. It's also not safe to give your guests a foodborne illness, which can happen when cold items are left sitting out for too long. Use quality caterers, and on my book, top of the list, Divine Caterers. When guests arrive at the reception hall, have something for them to eat. It doesn't take a lot, and it just really will keep your guests from being disgruntled. Bridal shower cake should be fun and should reflect the bride's personality. This cake is best left to the professionals. One of the most photographed items at a wedding is the wedding cake. Be bold, be daring, and be conscientious of what you really need. A 300 serving cake is impressive, but a waste if you're only having 100 guests. Recent studies show couples throw quite a bit of cake away, so be realistic about the size cake you really need. One of my favorite bakeries is the Twist Cup Cakery. They can do it all, and their confectionery genius doesn't just end with cakes. They have cupcakes in just about every imaginable flavor. So even if you're not getting married, you have not lived until you've tasted one of their cupcakes. Cupcakes is also an option when you don't want to have a traditional cake.
Hi, my name is Kate Rivers. I'm the co-owner of Twist Cup Cakery located in downtown Dayton, Ohio. We hope that when you are making your big wedding day plans that you include us along with your journey. We do a variety of different styles of cakes. Anything that you can dream up, we can bake for you. We also do offer custom cupcakes and other types of treats that can go along with your wedding. So we hope that you will contact us. Our website is www.twistcupcakery.com when you're planning your big day.
Now we come to wedding dresses, the moment you've all been waiting for. What's a wedding without the dress? The internet has made it possible to pick the dress of your dreams. One such retailer is mydreamdressbridalsalon.com. June and her team have the best customer service, and they'll help you find your perfect dress. Now just sit back and put your chair on neutral as we look at dresses from across the globe. I've attended a lot of weddings, and I'm always impressed by the attention to detail. From the place settings to the shoes on your feet, make sure you leave time to focus on those details. It can make all the difference. I just love this. Pick a seat, not a side. We're all family once the knot is tied. Just love it. I also like the touch of having these large spray painted initials on the wall. Don't you just love these plume centerpieces? Absolutely elegant. Well, I guess that brings us to our finale. What would be a wedding show without a wedding?